The golden hour was fading, casting long, twisted shadows across the savannah. The forest was not peaceful, it was loud, deafeningly loud. In the distance, the hyenas were laughing, a high-pitched, mocking sound that echoed through the trees. They were laughing at the shadows, celebrating their own numbers, and hurling insults toward the high ridge. Joining them were the jackals, barking incessantly, desperate to prove they existed, desperate to be noticed by a world that usually ignored them. They all had one target in sight, the lion. He sat motionless on a jagged rock, his mane catching the last rays of the dying sun. He didn't look back. He didn't growl. He simply watched the horizon as if the chaos behind him belonged to another world. A young leopard, sleek and restless, watched this scene from a nearby branch. He was fast, he was strong, but he was young. He couldn't understand the king's indifference. He leapt down gracefully and approached the jagged rock. "Great king," the leopard whispered, his voice trembling with a mix of respect and frustration. "They insult your name, they mock your silence, and they dance in your shadow. Why do you sit here like a statue? Why do you not roar? One roar from you would scatter them to the ends of the earth. Why do you let them believe they are equal to you?" The lion did not turn his head. He didn't even blink. His eyes remained fixed on the rising moon. Finally, his voice came, low, heavy, and vibrating like distant thunder. "Young one," the lion said, "look at the ocean. Does the ocean roar every time a pebble is thrown into it? No. It remains deep and silent, for its depth is its power. A king does not roar to prove he is a king. That is the mistake of the weak. The weak must make noise to be felt. They must scream to be seen. They live for the reaction of others." He paused, a heavy silence falling between them. "I do not roar to settle arguments with scavengers. I roar only when it is time to hunt, or when the kingdom itself is at stake. Until then, my silence is not my weakness, it is their greatest fear. Because they do not know what I am thinking. They do not know when I will strike." The lion finally turned his gaze toward the leopard. His eyes were like molten gold, piercing and calm. "Power," the lion continued, "isn't about making noise. It's about the peace you keep while everyone else is panicking. It is the ability to walk through a storm of insults and not get wet. Let them laugh. Let them bark. The lion does not turn around when a small dog barks." The leopard looked back at the noisy forest, then at the silent king. He realized then that the most dangerous thing in the woods wasn't the laughter of the hyenas, but the silence of the lion. He bowed his head and retreated into the shadows, finally understanding that true authority is never loud. It is felt.